I was here last week, and Prime asked me to come back, and I said I got to be here.
Yeah,
so I'm here.
These people are thankful that you're here.
No doubt. They deserve it, though. They deserve it. Great fans. They showed up. They've been through a lot. You know, you got a 1-11 season. Ain't nobody think about your ass. Yeah. But they showed up this year. They 2-0, and they got some stars on this team. So I give them a lot of credit.
Now, I feel incredibly disrespected by you talking to me with those stupid sunglasses on.
What's wrong with these glasses?
Because adults don't do that. You know what I mean?
Adults don't do what?
Talk to each other with sunglasses on.
That's right.
Well, yeah, I'm not an adult, though. You know what I'm saying? Or hats or anything like that.
Well, you're influencing me, man. You're influencing me. You bring out the kid in me all the time, man. I love it.
Oh, well, Deion's inspiring all of us with this whole thing. You heard what Jay Norvell said, obviously, about the team. Deion used it. We just chatted with him about it. I'm assuming you did as well.
Yeah.
How do you see tomorrow going before we pivot back to the NFL?
I think Colorado State going to get their ass kicked.
Okay.
Yep.
You know, you can't. I know you're looking for a reason to motivate and what have you, but what you can't do is when you haven't had more than 4 victories in about 6 or 7 years in a season, you can't talk. You don't have any reason whatsoever to talk. And then you're going to bring up mama and how mama's trained you and all of this other stuff. You know, you're getting a little bit low, and there's certain things that require an ass whipping, and he definitely provided that for it.
Okay, well, we're all excited to watch it tomorrow night on ESPN. It's great to be in Boulder, and I love the fact that there was a little sauce added to the rivalry here.
Yeah.
The Rocky Mountain Showdown.
That's right.
Just learned about it, love it, love everything about it. Let's go back to the NFL here.
Sure.
Last night, Philadelphia Eagles get a win. A.J. Hawk just said, playing nowhere near their best ball, they're 2-0. They were outgained by the New England Patriots in that first game, win by 5. Last night, they can't cover, win by 6. Feels like the last drive was their best drive. Are they getting better? And are they the favorites still in the
I'm not going to say they're getting better. I know at the start of the season, I had them coming out of the NFC again. I thought they had unfinished business because they had an opportunity to win the Super Bowl, and they didn't. Jalen Hurts would have been the MVP had they won that Super Bowl. Didn't happen. I expect them to come back into this season, even though they lost both both coordinators to Indy and to Arizona. You still got Hurts. You still got A.J. You still got Devontae Smith. You still got Goddard. I mean, you got this cat Swift out of the backfield now. We know what he's capable of doing. And even though your secondary is a bit suspect because of injuries and some pieces that you may have lost, at the end of the day, when you got Cox and you got Graham and you drafted Carter and stuff like that, you're going to be able to get to the quarterback. I expected them to be on the same level, but you up 16-0 in the game in game 1 against New England. You ultimately get outscored 20-9 and make that game a bit more interesting than it needed to be. You come back in week 2, you up 27-7 in the third quarter. You make that game more interesting than it needs to be. And then I'm looking at Dallas and that defense, and I'm looking at San Francisco and the complete package that they are. And I'm saying what I'm seeing from the Eagles in the first 2 weeks, that's not going to get it done against those teams. And that's where my trepidation comes in.
Okay, so let's go to the other team that was on the field last night, the Minnesota Vikings. Last year, what was it, 11 one-score games?
11-0.
11-0 one-score games. Last night obviously makes them 0-2 in one-score games. Now, one-score games, they scored very late there to kind of make that thing closer than anybody thought it was going to be. But Kirk Cousins is balling. You look at the stats. This is the classic, like, Kirk Cousins is going to...
Oh, Lord. Look,
4 touchdowns. Come on, Stephen A.
Should have been 5.
They had fumbles all over the place. It wasn't Kirk Cousins.
Nope.
Justin Jefferson has 100 yards and a half pretty much all the time. Who's throwing him the ball? Kirk Cousins.
You know, I used a somewhat similar analogy when we were on First Take with you earlier. Pat, some people have it, some people don't. You know, there's a whole bunch of people that would love to have the Pat McAfee Show.
Sure.
They don't have it.
Well,
there's a whole bunch of people that would love to be associated with college football game day. They can't. You know, you could have some skills, you could have it, but there's certain things that you're missing. Kirk Cousins is one of those dudes, you're going to always look at him. You're going to see the numbers. You're going to see the productivity. You know that he's not a scrub. But whatever he's associated with doesn't close.
Oh!
That's a fact. That's a fact. That's a fact. I said it. Did I stutter? It's a fact. Okay, listen, here's the deal. Here's the deal. Addison could ball, got a chance to be special. We know what Justin Jefferson could do. But the second they lost Dalvin Cook, I have not been worried about Minnesota. And you know why? Because with Dalvin Cook, I wasn't worried about Minnesota. Somehow, some way, while they were winning last year, do you know I picked them? I said, Giants going to beat them. Giants beat them. Giants beat them in the postseason with Saquon Barkley and a bag of chips. That's what they did. So I'm just saying to you, Kirk Cousins, 0-2, forget all of that. He's going to put up numbers. Hell, they going to win more games than they lose. But I promise you, we ain't going to be talking about Minnesota when it counts because there's always something missing. from a team that Kirk Cousins is quarterback.
Did you see quarterback? Did you watch the Netflix series?
Yeah.
He's got it all. He's got these two olds that work on him every
Mm-hmm.
single week. He has this little brain thing he puts on. He's listening to this in the
Right,
car.
right.
He has family day on Tuesday.
He's a good guy. By the way, he's a very good guy.
Great guy,
very good guy.
Okay.
All right, talented. He's not a scrub. He's not a scrub. What does he want?
Well, Greeny wants him to be a New York Jet.
Whoa.
Oh, Greeny's desperate. Greeny probably wants you to quarterback the New York Jets right now. Greeny's a bit desperate and depressed, and he's going through some things because we understand he's a lifelong Jet fan. Ain't been in the Super Bowl since 1968 when Joe Namath was wearing tight shorts for crying out loud, or a fur coat, or both at the same damn time.
Swag.
All right, we understand this, and the Jets, they just can't get over the hump, and Greeny has been waiting his entire life for them to be relevant. We understand.
Connor has a question about the AFC.
Yes.
Yeah, Stephen A., we were talking about this yesterday, and, you know, Justin Herbert is not Kirk Cousins. Obviously, he is levels above what Kirk Cousins is, but with Brandon Staley,
geez.
he is. I mean, come on, he is.
All right.
But with Brandon Staley and how, you know, they ended their season last year being up 27-0 and blowing the lead, is he, Justin Herbert, just Phillip Rivers 2.0, and he's also never going to win anything?
I would tell you this. Even though Phillip Rivers was great, make no mistake about it, there were opportunities that Phillip Rivers had in his career where he specifically came up short, not just the team. You looked at him and you thought he could have been better. Had he been more mobile, it would have helped him, okay?
Oh, yeah.
And obviously, you know, he got outperformed. When we look at Justin Herbert, now granted,
How about him?
You're up 27-0. You're up 27-0. It's against Jacksonville.
Man.
You can't lose that game. But Brandon Staley, I'm not a Brandon Staley fan. I think that the man was lucky to be allowed on the charter flight home after they blew that 27-0 lead. And then you go against Tyreek Hill. Tyreek Hill! And you're in man-to-man coverage. I mean, come on, y'all. Y'all know this better than me. And so when I'm looking at the Chargers, I'm saying there's a problem there. I think it's with the coach. I think that's the job Sean Payton. Don't let Sean Payton tell you he wanted the Bronco job. He wanted that damn job. But for some reason, ownership didn't make that change. Is this the truth? Is this the truth?
You don't think he wanted to be in these mountains right here?
Excuse me. No,
That's the Flatiron Hills.
The fans are great. The fans are great. The tradition of the Broncos are great. But Russell Wilson is not Justin Herbert right now. That's a fact. That's a fact.
Okay.
And so I'm just looking at it and I'm saying, look, I'm not going to go that far.
Sure.
I'm looking at Brandon Staley as the problem more so than I'm looking at Justin Herbert as a problem.
Well, I want to let you know, I love the fact that you just pissed all these people off. Sean
didn't
Payton,
mean to.
Sean Payton didn't want to go.
Hold on. Let me resolve them being. I understand that y'all pissed off, but damn it, I'm here, ain't I?
Yeah,
I'm here.
That's it.
That's true.
All right?
What are those Louboutins, sir?
Christian Louboutin.
Yeah, no big deal. Slight work, walking through the mud. Look at these.
I know that.
How about that?
That's all right, though. You can afford to both clean them and get a new pair. You living good.
Thank you.
You living good.
Not as much as you. I mean, we heard about your pockets as well. AJ's got a
Don't compare to yours right now, but I'm working on it. Make no mistake about that. Let's
Stephen
go.
A., so am I hearing right? Like, are you back on the Cowboys and Dak Prescott and everything that they got going?
First of all, don't ever say Dak Prescott yet. He's got 2 playoff victories in 8 years. I don't want to hear that.
It sounds like you might be more
I'm
of a Cowboys fan.
What
now.
I'm saying is I ain't no damn fan. As long as those damn fans are fans of the Cowboys, I will never be a Cowboys fan because I can't stand their fan base. They make me sick. Having said all of that, I will say this. And then I will say this. That defense is something special. And Micah Parsons is my boy. Trayvon Diggs, that's my boy. And so when I look at them and what they bring to the table with Lawrence and the rest of the crew, and Stephon Gilmore being in that cornerback room right now, you can't throw on them because their secondary is elite. It's hard to get off a pass on them because their pass rush is elite. Dan Quinn is an elite coordinator. I still haven't forgiven him for blowing a 28-3 lead in the Super Bowl when he was the head coach. Damn it, run the football. Stop throwing it every damn down. Matt Ryan, he should never recover from it because you were a veteran quarterback at the time.
You just see with the Colts last year.
It's ridiculous. All right, but I'm saying years ago, you had enough cachet to say, damn, we got to milk the clock. We don't need to be throwing incomplete passes all the damn time.